Some people don't want to see you win, but they'll still stand close enough to watch you try. And the dangerous part? They don't look like enemies. They look like support. So today, we're not just talking about who to avoid. We're exposing the people you should never reach for when you're at your lowest. Because the wrong voice in the wrong moment can quietly ruin your life. Let's get into it. First, the emotional mirror. This person doesn't help you. They reflect you. You call them stressed. They become stressed. You're confused. They become more confused. You're overwhelmed. Now both of you are drowning. It feels like connection, but it's actually amplification. Instead of stabilizing you, they multiply your emotions. So instead of clarity, you leave with chaos squared. You don't need someone who feels what you feel. You need someone who can stay steady. Well, you're not. Second, the silent judge. This one doesn't interrupt, doesn't argue, doesn't even give bad advice. They just listen and quietly downgrade you in their mind. You open up, and suddenly their tone changes. Their respect drops. Their energy shifts. And you can feel it, even if they never say it. These are the people who weaponize your vulnerability later. Not immediately, but when it's convenient, and now your lowest moment becomes their quiet leverage. Never hand your truth to someone who can't hold it without judgment. Third, the fixer who makes you feel broken. Sounds helpful, right? But watch closely. Every time you talk, they jump straight into solutions. No understanding, no listening, just fixing. And slowly, you start feeling like a problem that needs to be solved, instead of a person who needs to be understood. Not everything needs a solution immediately. Sometimes you need space, not repair, because constant fixing sends one message: there's something wrong with you. Fourth, the delayed supporter. This one is subtle. They show up, but always too late. After the crisis, after the breakdown, after you've already figured it out alone, then they come in with, "Why didn't you tell me?" Or, "I would have been there." But they weren't. Consistency matters more than intention, because support that arrives after the storm isn't support. It's commentary. Fifth, the energy competitor, not the obvious one-upper. This one is quieter. You share good news. They go quiet. You grow. They withdraw. You're improving. And suddenly, they're distant. There's no celebration. No real excitement. Just a subtle shift. Like your growth makes them uncomfortable. These people don't attack you. They just slowly disconnect from your evolution. And if you keep going to them, you'll start shrinking, just to keep the connection alive. Sixth, the overloyal enabler. This one feels like your ride or die. They agree with everything. They defend you, even when you're wrong. They validate every decision, even the destructive ones. At first, it feels amazing. Finally, someone who's always on your side. But here's the truth. They're not protecting you. They're keeping you stuck. Because real support doesn't just comfort you. It corrects you. Seventh, the version of you that still lives in them. This one hits different. Some people don't see who you are now. They only see who you used to be. So every time you go to them, they pull you back into that old identity. Old habits. Old mindset. Old limits. You leave the conversation, and suddenly you feel like your past self again. That's not connection. That's regression. Now here's the truth most people avoid. It's not just about who you call. It's about who you become after you hang up. Do you feel clearer or more confused? Stronger or smaller? Grounded or unstable? Because the people you turn to in your weakest moments don't just comfort you. They shape you. Quietly. Repeatedly. Permanently. And most people don't notice it happening until they look back and don't recognize themselves anymore. So ask yourself this: who is shaping me when I'm not at my best? Because that answer is your future. That's your everyday reality check. Insight isn't optional, it's necessary. Subscribe to Everyday Reality Check because someone had to say it.